This is for Gemini. This is your weekly reading. It is January 14th. So we're going to be doing the situation you're in, the reason why, and then something that you're overlooking, okay? Thank you, spirits, guides, angels, and ancestors. Can you please let us know what is Gemini going to be facing this week? All right, the Hermit. That's the situation that you're in. Now we're going to find out the reason why you're in this situation. Thank you, spirits, guides, angels, and ancestors. Can you please let us know why Gemini is in this situation? Okay, the Ace of Wands in reverse. And then something you're overlooking. Wow, whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, it's the Knight of Cups. And then this came out too as well. That's your energy too. So this is like a message from Spirit, but I leave those for the end. And then on the bottom of the deck is Temperance. So patience, moderation. That basically is the overall reading. So the Hermit. The Hermit is 9 on the major arcana. It basically represents Virgo energy. There's a Virgo in your energy, but it also talks about taking yourself out of a situation and gaining introspection. Or this, Virgos are very wise and analytical. It's because what they'll do is they'll take themselves out so they can gain like a better introspection of what's going on. Okay, so if ever you feel clouded or chaos, that this is what they do. So it helps you stay level-headed and clear, okay, on what happens. Now, with this too, so the thing about him is that he's trusting in the universe and his journey, right? So this lantern or this light is not going to illuminate the whole journey. What it's actually doing is just lighting up the next few steps, because he's trusting in the universe that wherever it's taking him is where he needs to go, but he doesn't know yet. So even though he doesn't know, it doesn't stop him from trusting in the universe and just following the little steps that he can take at that time to see where he's going. And then the wand right here is his power and his strength, okay? So the Hermit is Virgo energy. It's solitude, withdrawal, detachment, patience, prudence, discretion, and limitation. So he stands alone on a mountaintop. He's holding up a lamp to light his way. He is wearing a cloak and carrying a staff to help him through the tough terrains. He has retreated from society to gain some perspectives and look inward for his answers. Through patient searching, he gains insight and connects with his inner knowledge, or intuitive knowledge. So he has reached maturity and questions his direction in his life. So when the Hermit appears in a reading, we may need to retreat from a situation that we can recharge our batteries and have space to think. So we are advised to retreat and work out what is important to us before taking any actions into matter. Okay, so that's the energy that you're going to be in. And then we'll clarify these two at the end. And then this is the reason why. So this is the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands in reverse. The Ace of Wands are new beginnings. They have the hand of God in them. So in reverse, this is telling me that this is not something that's new. This is something that you've been going through. With the wand and being reversed, so this is like action or growth. So in reverse, this is saying this is the reason why you're in this situation, because something isn't growing, okay? Something that you've been dealing with, and so it's like stagnant right now. It's just in limbo, I guess you could say, right? So wands are fire signs, which is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. That could be the energy that's surrounding you or not. This is Mars and Aries. So wands are spirit and aces are spirit. So each ace, like I said, has the hand of God in it. So this is like maybe you're not trusting in your intuition right here. You don't really have inspiration. There's no growth, like I said. So, or maybe that you have thought of something that like, you want something to like grow, but something like you have an idea of like creativity, or you have an idea of like maybe for a business or for anything for that matter. You have that idea, but you actually haven't brought it into like action yet, okay? Because these are action cards. So we will definitely clarify, you know, what each card means too. So this is something that you're overlooking, okay? So all knights are movement in the minor arcana. So they belong to Hagman, the tree of life. They're self-conscious cards. So all knights are fire signs. There's another fire sign again. So you guys have a strong fire signs this week. They're all moving or movement because they all have horses, and they signify change and moving and on their way, okay? So the Knight of Cups represents feelings, relationships, and emotions, and that would be water signs, which is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So right here, the Knight of Cups This is conflict, okay? So the wings, see the wings right here, and then there's wings on like fish. Like if you can imagine, like there's cloak on his wings, on his shoes, and then on his hat, okay? So that's like the inspiration or the imagination. So his key phrase is seeking self-fulfillment. He yearns to fill with love and spirituality. So this knight is representative of somebody who's in tune with his emotions. So he will listen to his heart regardless if it's logical or not. On his lower polarity, there's conflict in him, which makes him feel like he's without or confused. The conflict is because knights are fire and cups is water. So that's the conflict, right? Those are two elements that are conflicting with each other. So that's what the conflict is. So the conflict in him makes him feel like he's without or confused. So he goes out and he overfills with anything and everything. He's overindulging or maybe using substance. So long for a lover. So the knight this is like the knight in flying armor. It's romantic, charming, artistic, following heart, taking action, no matter what, in all things, always seek the middle ground and the balance, okay? So that's how you're going to get this middle ground right here. So let's clarify these. And then, like I said, we'll keep the King of Swords at the end because that's a message from Spirit, okay? All right, thank you, Spirits, guides, angels, and ancestors. Can you please clarify the Hermit card? Can you please clarify the Hermit card for Gemini, okay? So this is the this is the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So this is like, there's not an equal give or take in a situation, okay? The Chariot, which is like in movement. So the Chariot is like direction, okay? So you might be traveling, or this also is like he steers this chariot without any reins. You see that because of his sheer willpower. And these two right here are conflicting forces, right? So there might be two options or two directions that you could take. So that could be another reason why you're in this. Look at that card. Did you guys see that card trying to come out? It's a Gemini card. Okay, so far it's telling me the reason why the Hermit card is there's either not an equal give or take, or there's like two options that you have, or two choices, two paths. And then the Eight of Cups. So Eight of Cups, eights are seeking solution on the tree of life, and cups are relationships, feelings, emotions. So let's clarify these real quick. So Six of Pentacles. Pentacles represents earth signs, which is Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. So sixes on the tree of life, it's very beautiful. It's a very beautiful form because the sixes are in the middle of the tree of life. And if you guys think about what's in our middle, our spirits and our souls, right? So these cards are about harmony and cooperation. So in reverse, like I said, this is telling me that there's not an equal give or take here, okay? So Pentacles represents material, physical, anything like material, physical in our world. So this card right here is the Moon in Taurus. So the Moon can like give the energy of like conflict or choices or even secrets, kind of. Taurus is like a teacher. It's a Hierophant, so the Hierophant is like a spiritual teacher. So this one, it's saying that either somebody is overindulging in something, or there's like a not an equal give or take. It's like if this was upright, this is basically like somebody who's taking only what they need and then giving the rest, okay? So Spirit is saying to give more, or maybe even be open more to receive gifts, charity, sharing, generosity. You're taking part. Everyone gets treated equally. Look out for one another. You need to learn to coexist, working together that can achieve more. Well, working together with somebody can actually achieve more than just somebody working alone. And then in healthy relationships, partnerships, you guys actually help one another, and you help one another achieve that love, happiness, and serenity. So a mature soul seeks to come to the aid of others. Prayers, meditation, and compassion can also help for the good. So don't just pray for yourself, pray for others. That's love. Okay, so then this one is the Chariot, and like I said, this is Cancer energy. Sevens on the tree of life are illusionary success. So this is saying right here that you are either, maybe you have to go into hermit mode and take yourself out of a situation so that you can gain clarity on something, because it looks like there's two opposing forces right here that you need to either make an option about, or there's two separate sides that are pulling you, and you need to decide which side that you actually want to, or which way you would actually want to go. So always stick to the path that's closest to your goals, okay? And then the Eight of Cups. So like I said, the eights on the tree of life are seeking solutions. So it's like eights are like Mercury, so they are a mental attribute. So Mercury is the planet of intelligence. So even think that this, well, the cups are emotions, feelings, and relationships. So this would be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. So the 8 of Cups. So right here you can see, like, the cups aren't, they didn't fall. They're still standing, right? So you see that guy right there? He's actually walking away from these cups. So this is the Lord of abandoned success. Okay, so this is karma. This energy is Pisces. And Pisces is the most mystical spirits. This is a test of severance right here. Can you let go of what is not serving you? It's very spiritual and mystical. So you can see that there are 8 cups here and they haven't actually fallen over. They're still standing. And you can see that he's turned his back and he's actually decided to leave all of this behind. But why? Everybody wants to know he has all these cups and nobody understands why, if he has so much and they didn't fall over, they're still full, no one understands why he's actually walking away, right? So the reason he's actually walking away is for himself, or for his higher self. So if you look above right here, there's an eclipse. So you know what eclipse is, right? It's like the conflicting, it's like the eclipse is the moon, meaning that it's time to go interior. Just like, see how that all makes sense? It all coincides, right? So it's time to go interior, time to look inside, move into a mental aspect, and make the decision to let go. So this card appearing in a reading is a forced card. You have to let go. So this card represents departure, withdrawal, wanting something better, taking yourself out of a situation that is plaguing you. Renewing yourself will automatically heighten your awareness. And when you return to that situation, you're actually going to see it with fresh eyes. So that would definitely make sense with the Hermit card, right? Because that's what he does. He takes himself out of a situation to gain introspection and see in a whole different way. So basically, either Virgo energy, or you need to take yourself out to actually see it in a full, like, outside looking in kind of thing, because there's not an equal give or take here, or either somebody's taking too much or too little, or not giving enough or taking too less. You see what I'm saying? And then this was the opposing, opposite directions of a choice that you have to make, of 2 paths or 2 options. And then this is somebody who's walking away from something for his higher self, right? Okay, so this is the reason that you're in this situation. So this is the Ace of Wands. So let's clarify this. Thank you, spirits, guides, angels, and ancestors. Can you please clarify the Ace of Wands in reverse? Can you please clarify the Ace of Wands? Okay. All right. The 3 of Swords in reverse. Okay. Thank you, spirits, guides, angels, and ancestors. Can you please clarify the Ace? Whoa. I like how they do that. 5 of Cups, and then the 6 of Wands. Okay, so Ace of Wands in reverse. Remember I said that this is something that you've been dealing with for a while, because these are new beginnings. In reverse, this is saying that this is kind of it's not new, okay? So, and something's not growing, something's stagnant, right? So the 3 of Swords in reverse. Swords are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So these are, if you think about a sword, it's like it acts as like a mirror, so it mirrors the quality of our minds, right? So this is absolute heartbreak, but in reverse, it's saying that you actually have started to heal, and now that this is in reverse, these can actually fall out, and this can start healing, where these swords cut so deep, right? So, I mean, that's really good, because this is like the heartbreak of the cards, so proud of you guys. The 3s on the Tree of Life are the divinity. So yeah, so this is like the 3 to the 4. But now, so this is like in your mind, right? And then this one is the 5 of Cups. Cups represents feelings, emotions, and relationships, which is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces energy. So the 5s on the Tree of Life are severity, right? So these are conflict, change. They are testing cards. It's harshness, judgment, assessments. Assad is the partner of Godorva, so anything that's done without love, it creates bad or evil, right? So the 5 of Cups. So this is Mars and Scorpio. Yikes. So Mars is the planet of chaos, destruction, upheaval, war, and Scorpio is the death card, right? So this is the Lord of loss and pleasure. There's a dark gray in the background and somebody that's wanting things that have been lost. But if that person, see right here, he's like focusing on these 3 cups that fell. But if this person could stop focusing on these cups right here that have spilled, and he could turn around, he could actually see that all isn't lost and that something still remains. And if he would turn and focus on what remains, he will see in that direction this bridge right here. And that bridge actually will bring him over these troubled waters. And there's hope and help right here, okay? So the bridge actually creates a path over the troubled waters to the other side where transformation is possible. So this is loss and pleasure, learning the wisdom of sorrow. It will teach what is real will stay even in the face of loss. You're taking loss with dignity. You need to move on with your life. Don't wallow in self-pity or stay stuck in the past or something that you can't let go of. You need to acknowledge the loss and keep moving forward and focus why there are cups right here that are still remain. So you need to find the silver lining in the clouds. And remember that loss is part of life. Perception is everything. You need to take what has caused pain and grief and realize that it was a learning tool to help you get where you are, and realize that there are no perpetrators and victims, and there's teachers that are here to guide us, to help us get us back to who we are, why we're here, and where we're going, and we don't have to wait for the dark to step into the light. Okay, and then sometimes, guys, what I like to say about this too is that a lot of people do focus on what was spilt or what is lost, right? And if they would just turn around and see these 2 cups remain, maybe that they're not as much as these cups right here, but the quality of what's in these cups are probably way better than what was spilt over, okay? So remember, with every door, like Scorpio card, right? The death card, it's change and transformation. It's not really, it's the ending of something so that something else can begin. So you can't open another door until you close that other one. So that's what this card is about. So here's the 6 of Wands. Remember, I told you 6s are very beautiful. They are on the tree life in the middle. These are harmony and cooperation. So the Wands are action cards, which is Aries, and fire signs, which is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So this is Jupiter and Leo. So this is the Lord of Victory. Nice. It's good fortune, celebration, victorious, success, wonderfully attained at a very high level. There's greatness of heart, victory, triumph, personal success. You're stable, strong, you're winning battles. Praise a friend or a partner. You might be underestimating how effective sincere affirmations can be. All someone needs is a quiet expression of appreciation. Stay modest and stay humble. Nice. So what this is telling me is that something stopped growing, something that you've been dealing with, and something that broke your heart. Now you're in the healing process, and you actually flip this around where you're starting to heal. These swords are falling out, right? And you are focusing on the cups that were spilt, and you're starting to turn around and see that something still remains, and there's actually help over these troubled waters. And this is where you're going to get victory and success. So you're there. You're getting there. You walked away from something that was causing pain and hurt, and that's when the healing could start happening. The reason why you walked away is because something wasn't moving. See? And so then we're going to do the last card, which is the Knight of Wands, or Knight of Cups, sorry. Okay, so this is the Knight of Cups, and now we're going to clarify what this means, okay? So, thank you, spirits, guides, angels, and ancestors. Can you please clarify the Knight of Cups? Okay, nice. 2 of Cups in reverse. Thank you, spirits, guides, angels. I'm not surprised to see that. Thank you, spirits, guides, angels. Can you please clarify the Knight of Cups for Gemini for January? Okay, Capricorn energy. Thank you, spirits, guides, angels. Yikes. All right. And the moon. Okay, so the Knight of Cups. To clarify this, so the 2 of Cups in reverse. Now, this is telling me that this is basically like the ending of, so Cups represents feelings, emotions, and relationships. This is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So in reverse, this is saying basically like it's the ending of a relationship or ending of like a partnership or there's ending of something, right? Because this way, there's 2 people equally sharing a cup. So this is telling me that they weren't equally sharing something, or that it's over, okay? Or you're not equally like engaged, or not both on the same level or same energy, and that would make sense of why this is out, right? So what this is like an addiction. It could be like a toxic cycle. It could be something that isn't serving you. Anything that isn't serving you represents this card. And what he's actually doing, and what this means, now look at this, looks just like the Lover's card, right? Doesn't it look identical? Except remember the angels right here? This is the devil. The reason why he's here is because he's basically saying you keep on delving in something, in a situation that you know isn't serving you. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to make sure that you learn it the hard way. That's what he's saying, right? And this is Capricorn energy. So Capricorn is conflict or contradiction, or like anything that's not serving you. Okay, so that would make sense. So you were stuck in a situation and cycle that of not 2 people not equally sharing cups, it didn't work out, whatever, and you still chose to stay in that cycle. And then this is the Moon card. So the Moon card is Pisces energy. It also could be Cancer because of the High Priestess at the moon at her feet. So take it as it resonates, guys. So the Moon, there's a lot of conflict in this actual card, if you can see, right? So there's 2 towers. There's a wild and tame. Do you see that? There's conflicting. Then there's the sun, and then there's the moon part, right? So this is all conflict. So there's a lot of conflict, right? Or a lot of opposing sides. It would make sense of this too. So that's why you were in that situation. So you need to take yourself out of a situation because something wasn't growing, and then this is where you're actually moving away from Yeah, you're moving away from this situation. You have a cup in your hand, so there's not an equal give or take. There's opposing forces right here, and you had to walk away they walked away, or either you walked away for a higher sense. This is actually showing you're starting to heal. You're starting, stop focusing on these cups, guys. Turn around. There's something still remains, and anything that's real will always remain, no matter what. This is success and victory, triumph. So you are going to be coming over this. And these are two people that were not, this is the situation why. Two people were not in the same energy, or there's a love or some kind of partnership had ended, and you were in a toxic cycle, something wasn't serving you. And this is like secrets, or you couldn't find the path, there was no silver lining, things like that, okay? This also could represent choices too as well, okay? So this is the card that came out. This is a message from Spirit, and I'm actually going to read this to you. And then this will be your reading for this week, Gemini. And then make sure you guys actually watch. There's going to be 2 other readings, which is the energies that surround you this week, and then how they feel about you, okay? So I will put those links in the description below. So right here, this is your card, and Gemini, this is your energy, and it's nice to see that. You guys have a very strong energy. So this is air, and air, this is double element. This is a pure mind. So it's the only court card that he's not actually looking to the left, he's not looking to the right, he's looking straight at us, okay? So what that's saying, like, if you always dwell at things in the past, you're going to have depression, right? If you always are worried about things in the future, you have anxiety. So with him looking dead at us, it's saying that he stays focused on this present moment, okay? So don't delve into situations in the past. You can't change it. And don't worry about the future because it causes anxiety. And we don't really know, energy is always changing, and everything's always changing, right? So don't worry about the future. Just stay focused on this present moment. So the reason that he has a pure mind is because he isn't looking to his past or looking to his future. He's fixated on this present moment, which is why his mind is pure. His key phrase is unveiling truths behind appearances. He sees. He has a pure mind, and his pure mind is moral. It's not immoral, which means that he carries truth. And at his best, he uses truth in constructive ways. When he's at his lower polarity, which means he's not at his best, he uses that truth as a weapon, because sometimes the truth does hurt. So this is pure mind at best, with magician traits. So magicians are Virgo and Gemini energy. And this means like truth, verdict, authority, command, firmness, authority. It's mental clarity, self-discipline, intellectual powers, methodical, ethical, and integrity. So judge situations with rational thinking. Strive to be a little bit more consistent. Make sure that your word is your bond. One level of maturity is the amount of words that you actually speak versus the words that you actually listen to. Start to listen to understand rather than listening to respond. This will actually help you grow, as well as people will look at you with more respect, because you are at a level of maturity to understand others rather than making them understand you. Reserve judgment until all of the evidence has been heard, and remember, maybe no one is wrong and maybe nobody's right. It's just different perspectives. Make commitments and stick to them. If you say that you're going to meet a deadline, do so. If you have to evaluate work, don't sugarcoat the results. Brown nosing or empty praise is not respectable. Honesty is. Strive to be that honesty is what you are known for. So say what you mean and mean what you say. Friends and partners need straightforward feedback. Give that to them. Avoid trying to control what people say or how they say it. When conflicts are over, let them be over. It's only your responsibility to do what you said you were going to do. It's not your responsibility to tell them what they said that they were going to do, or your responsibility to keep reminding them. So leave that up to them. Just make sure that you did your part, and that's all you can do. So also listen for that still small voice. That's our intuition. And when you hear it, act on it with total confidence. Find the ones that you respect to be able to express your verdict and your opinions. Be sure to let your spirituality temper your conversations and match your words with deeds. Remember, spirit is your subconscious, and always act on that and trust in it. Nice. So this is your reading for this week. Like I said, make sure you watch your other 2 readings that I put. Crosswatch other signs to see if your energy came up in their readings. And thank you so much for watching, guys. Love and light.